to finish off my completely watered down Mountain Dew. Not sure why I thought I actually would have time to drink it while recording everything else. Oh, right, I don't have mind read. Well, at least I can get that Ginny now. Like, hypothetically, I could also go into the shop, but I highly doubt there's gonna be anything that I really even want at this point. We got so many good stuff from the forge. This cursed shield. I'll take the side crystal. Look, I got 2 hover shades just sitting in the shop. Let's get this prepared. It's a good thing I didn't have to rely on it, because oh boy did it let me down. Let me down about as that coat let me down in that boss fight about as much as Donald Duck lets you down in any boss fight from Kingdom Hearts 1 to 2. I hear his AI gotten better in 3. So, sorry if it killed the joke not to go all the way in, but I had a little concern about being accurate. Don't want to completely exaggerate things just for a bit. Alright, now to intrude into your house so I can use your stairs. What's this guy's purpose? I don't remember this dude at all. Wait, I think... So you like your fortune? Coming goodness, I'll do it. I do not remember this guy in the slightest. So don't go south, bad stuff down there, wow. Oh, it's terrible, awful beyond words, no more, no more. You got any good news for me, friend? You should absolutely not go south. You hear me? I am serious about this. Yeah, I just flat out don't remember a clue about this guy. I am curious about whatever the heck's over there. Oh, I was gonna say, and I don't see a clear way to get to it, but cool! We're gonna start getting growth blocked. We were whirlwind blocked, and now we're growth blocked. That's fine. At least we can get the Ginny. I'm sure it's just equipment. It's not gonna matter. In the end of the day, I'm sure I'll just get something better before I get the ability to actually get that. Here we go. I think we're at the point where I don't really feel starved for any one Ginny. That's a relief. The days where I was basically getting all... Oh! It's our good old friend Echo! Unfortunate that it's only Echo, but still. I'm gonna give you, but I think you override my class? No? Sure. You have AoE healing. In the coat. In theory. You don't have AoE healing. Everyone else has AoE healing through synergy. This balances things out much more. So, did I really just do that boss fight 4 times in a row? Climbing through a dungeon 2 times in a row? Just for a nut and a Ginny? You know, there is a way we can confirm. There's a way we can confirm if this was a waste of time. It's time to bring out our good old friend. Golden Sun, the Lost Age Strategy guide. The official guide from Nintendo Power. The official Nintendo Player's Guide. None of this Prima half-baked stuff. This is from the Nintendo guys themselves. It's a randomizer, so it's not going to tell me the stuff that's randomized, of course, but it will let me... I will be able to see what items, how many items, I should say, are normally around here. And we can go off that if I need to explore anymore. Good old Caption 7. Oh, so now you're nice. When you wake up in the... Guess where this is from. When you wake up in the inn, head in town and speak with the locals, who will be more than happy to flap their gums about whatever you like. Pick up any treasure that you missed before, including vials and potions from inside Trial Road. Just emphasize, this is Nintendo Power. I'm not saying it's directly from the developers themselves, but Nintendo pays to... This is made by people who get paid by Nintendo. And I forgot that there's that Nintendo Power occasionally squeeze in some witty stuff into their writing. Like, here's the caption from the top of Trial Road. Top of the world, ma! And when it's talking about the treasure chest, above the screenshot for the chest, there's a caption that goes, "Crazy chest!" Maybe if I'm feeling ambitious that day, I'll pull up the strategy guide and get some screenshots for you all, because these are great. I've referenced this guy so many times, just for the maps, only to have it fail me, that I forgot just how good some of the references are. Like, Shaman Village just is... I'm gonna just check all the Shaman Village stuff now, because it's a literal gold mine. When talking about the Shaman's Rod, there's a caption called "Pick Your Stick." And then the next caption is, "Not more tests, sheesh!" We're talking about how you need to use Whirlwind to blow away the sand. And right before Trial Roll, there's a caption called "Chariots of Fire." This is all stuff from the strategy guide. And then there's the Speed Racer thing I mentioned before. And sorry, I got distracted. Wasn't I looking for stuff to get or something? Game can kind of freak out if you're going through menus too fast. Like, one of my favorite things, and you're all gonna hate that I renumbered this, but like if you rotate between party members fast enough, yeah, you saw for a brief second there, you can sometimes get Ginnies where they're not supposed to be. Like the Venus Ginny in Jenna's slot, even though she doesn't have any Venus Ginnies whatsoever. I'm kind of curious, programming wise, how the script for that is. I guess I'm not as not a programmer as I thought I was, because as much as I just struggle to understand programming, I find myself fascinated by it conceptually. Like, I always want to learn more about how the games I like work, even if it's minute things of what determines the Ginny that pops up in that icon there, and how's it made so that I can accidentally get the Djinn in the wrong spot by pressing it too quickly. I kind of got distracted by the guide that I was supposed to be referencing, but if I recall correctly, I think we did everything we could. Only thing I can think of is maybe there's more in the Trial Road cave or whatever. Actually, I have to check now. There's no way that the items in Trial Road changed, but the fact the potions kept responding, I got this itching feeling of what if they couldn't program it to randomize the items until after Trial Road is completed. Something tells me if that was the case, it would be on the guide, but let's just be safe. If the first few chests that we find are just potions and nuts, then it's probably safe to say that they're all potions and nuts. There's a potion. Yeah, just a vial. I mean, these are good healing items. I'm just on the fence of if they're worth my time. I can't believe I'm doing all this again just for potions and vials. But dang it, they're easy potions and vials. Look at that. I think I was actually getting a potion each time, because I feel like that's 6 frickin' potions. And something tells me you didn't start off with both potions and vials in this inventory when this all got started. Now, if I had Hover, I'd be able to do fun stuff here, but alas, we're going to have to climb up this mountain. How many times are we up to? 5th? A 5th time later. Yeah, I could just retreat out of here, but the whole point is to get the goodies. Like, say all you want about these potions and vials, but even the vials heal more than our max HP at this point. And it's up to you to decide if that means I need to get more levels, or if it's just full of, they just stuff this place full of incredibly busted items. Even a nut's not bad. Like, we can buy them at this point, so it's obsolete to find them. But they still heal 2/3 of our max health. Every room's gotta have at least one treasure chest. What's the point of the puzzles if there's not getting as much use out of the puzzles as possible? Definitely learned that when making Sweet Expedition. Only got one unoriginal map? Squeeze as much as you can out of it by adding more puzzles. Puzzles to get through things, puzzles to get optional items, puzzles everywhere. And I think, like, the environment, it's a good time to bring up how much I like the environmental puzzles of the Golden Sun as a series. Like, there's definitely been other games to do it, but I haven't really seen a game that really just captures the feeling as well as Golden Sun. Ironically, the closest games to that were Pokemon back at Gen 3. But it came with the catch of HMs, and nobody liked HMs. So, it's kind of unfortunate that as they weaned out HMs, the environmental puzzles tied to them kind of went with them. The worst part is that things like Sun and Moon kind of proved that it didn't have to be that way. You can have environmental puzzles without HMs. But I kind of get how it just wasn't the same. And I think one of the worst things is knowing that if Pokemon took some things from Golden Sun, we may actually have been able to have environmental puzzles through Pokemon moves without the hassle of HMs in and of themselves. Alright, how do I want to do this? Oh, I see now. Can't wait to be completely out of synergy points, because somehow this game thought it'd be a good idea to make so many Whirlwind puzzles but still have Whirlwind cost 5 synergy points. I think we're high enough level that it doesn't really matter right anymore, but man, did we go for our synergy pretty fast in the ruins. It's kind of weird that's the only time that it's ever been an issue. And yet I made a whole mod. 2 mods. Where synergy costs 0 synergy points. I'm conflicted if it actually would improve the QOL if I brought back synergy costs. Like, it doesn't really feel like it hurts anything for them to cost 0 synergy points. But I could kind of get how it would feel pointless. It's not like you're burning enough, especially late game. It's kind of inconsequential whether or not the synergies cost anything, especially with the fact that you regenerate energy just from walking around. But in that same vein, also made, like, I don't know, it made more sense in Dungeon when things were more Synergy was more expensive to use. I think I've been over that already. Anyways, we're finally out of there. I should probably figure out what I'm gonna do next. Right, I was gonna double check the cave, just to make sure that there wasn't anything we missed. Also, as much as I've been enjoying not having random encounters and just taking in the environmental puzzles as they come along, for sake of avoiding getting under level, maybe I should invest a little time into battles just to see if I get a good experience wheeled from them. Now, is this actually a new way, or is this formed from the shortcut that I made in the past? I think the latter. Here we go. This will be a perfect test of how under level we are. And this is kind of perfect. Maybe I'll take some... Maybe I'll leave it on just a little bit so I can get some experience. Or more so I can actually see some of the enemies. I've played so much Golden Sun 1 over the past couple years that seeing some of the Lost Age stuff is a breath of fresh air in of itself. Man, and I'm so used to... I've been playtesting Dungeons so much. I'm so used to this actually having a secondary effect that I kind of like if I'm autopiloting for battles, I'll sometimes just go to it even if it's not the most efficient option because my brain is in Dungeon mindset where it's got a pretty good secondary effect. It'll make more sense in the context of Dungeon. And actually you might be able to see it. I think the demo goes far enough into the game where you have access to Punji. And when you play that and see, it makes a lot of sense. I think I'm just on my own. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else of note on this entire continent besides Shaman Village. I guess there's an easy way to find out. And that's just to explore. I say easy, but it's probably not going to be that easy. It'll probably take a little time. Attack with your body mass. That's some interesting phrasing. Is that implying that you turn into the orc? Or is that a typo? What I meant to say to use a pronoun for the orc and not you as the one using it. I guess there's some things we'll never know, because even if I could talk to a developer of this game, there's no way I'd be able to talk to the one person that actually remembers writing that line. Yeah, maybe I should take some battles here. Feels like I'm getting more experience here than I've been getting in a while. Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted if I should take battles, because on one hand it makes trying to explore this map to see if I missed anything a little annoying. If I had clear... If I was clear about where I had to go and what I had to do, I wouldn't mind these random battles at all. But short-term memory, call it short-term memory, but going from randomly roaming the world into a battle and then back out again. Sometimes I forget what direction I even started walking before the battle started. That could be a problem. At least for stream. It probably wouldn't be a problem if I was playing on my own time, but to assure that I can keep up the pace that I'm going with the videos, the video series that's being edited down from this, it'd be nice if I spent more time making progress than I do roaming around randomly, because otherwise it'll take more streams to make the same amount of videos, and that's just more pressure on me. Something tells me there's going to be a significant power creep. Yeah. I was going to say not even 5 damage, but that was a little bit of a drop. Either way, I think it's safe to turn off random battles for a little bit. until I get back on land. It'll make it easier to scroll the map and try to figure out if there's anything of value left on here. And it is nice to listen to the boat theme. Then again, Golden Sun has great music. I assume if you're watching the stream, you already knew that, though. And thinking about it a lot, it feels like it's a lot. It feels like it's a lot less likely for me to find a game that has bad music. Or should I say, it's a lot easier to find a game that's bad with good music than it is a game with bad music in general. Not sure how much it goes to show it being easier to make music for a game than it is to program a game, or just how vital the music of a game is in order to actually in order for the game to begin in the first place. Because I can definitely name bad games that have good music. But I could probably count the number of games that I would... I mean, as I get older and play more games, that so-and-so rule, there's more... I find more and more exceptions to that rule. I was gonna say, for the longest time, the only video game that I've ever played that I would consider having bad music was Sonic Chronicles. Like, my god, I would even describe the game as decent, unlike a lot of people that would describe it bad. But my god, the music in that game is probably some of the hottest trash that my ears have had the displeasure of listening to. And then there's the sound direction. There's like... Whose idea was it to have random cheering kids at the end as part of the music that plays at the end of every battle? I wouldn't even call it part of the song. They just have like a random sound wave of kids going, "Yay!" every time you win a battle. I mean, like, I got into a debate about this with a friend a long time ago, and he pretty much went along the lines of, well, it's Sonic, it's a game for kids, and I'm like, even kids games, quote unquote, like Mario and that, never pander to kids that badly. My god. That's like the single worst sound one of the worst instances of sound direction that I've personally been exposed to. I know there's far worse out there, but they're not of games that I've played. But hey, a free Jenny, we got a free Jenny out of that whole tangent. I'll take that. So you are Vine. Now I'm not sure if we were struggling to find Venus Jennies in the beginning, but we certainly aren't now. It's to the point where I really wish that I had more Mercury Jennies. I wonder where all those stinking little lobster fellows are. What even is this house? I noticed Lost Age has a lot of locations that have just like barely even count as a town. It's just like an island with a single house and one thing to collect, and that's it. You want to classic glaciers? Oh, this is the magma ball foreshadowing place. Yeah, we're kind of getting to the point where I might as well just see if I actually need a magma ball in order to get into procs or to get the cannon. Speaking of, it's time for an important moment where we decide who to give our stat boosting items to. Oh, my equipment must be part of it, but I did not realize just how This is with my Disney's off, by the way. Oh, Shibuya's not doing too bad, but oh my god, the jump from basically any other party member to Jenna. Where are I even getting so much luck? Luck's supposed to be her bad stat. Alright, between everyone else, I guess with Felix having Wish at the time with the setup, Felix could benefit a bit more from that. Now let's get our genies back on set before I completely forget.